before we jump into this video, I want to let you know that if you haven't signed up for the Froknows Photo email list, you can do so over on froknowsphoto.com. Just click on this orange box, put your name, email address in it, and hit send it, and we will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations. Jared Polin, FroknowsPhoto.com, and Nikon just announced the D3300, which replaces the D3200, obviously, and they keep coming out with new entry-level cameras, but let's take a look at what's inside and makes it different than the D3200. Well, the Nikon D3300 has a new 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor. This has no OLPF. So that means it has no low pass filter. Now that's going to give you sharper and I think more clarity in your images, or sharper images, similar to what the Nikon D7100 has. Now I don't know if it's the same sensor. I asked all the reps at Nikon, they couldn't give me clarification whether it is the same sensor or not, but if I had to guess, I would say yes, which would mean that that's a pretty fantastic sensor to have in a entry-level camera. Now that's something that I have to keep in mind, that I don't want to be cynical about some of the things that are in this camera because it is an entry-level camera. It's the first introduction for many people into DSLR cameras. It's a thing, right? People are going from cell phones and realizing, hey, I can get cool pictures with my cell phone, but I want to take it to another level. Well, this is the entry level, and let's see what else it has. So, being that it has no OLPF, that Nikon D7100, the quality and clarity of images coming out of that are fantastic. And what's going to help the D3300 is the Expeed 4 processor. There's a lot of processing that goes on with images. And we're not just talking about compressing the RAW files to JPEGs. We're talking about just image processing, what it's doing with the data, how quick it can process it in the camera to get it to the card, or how quick it can just make it look good. Well, I kind of sucked at that one. But anyway, it has the Expeed 4 processor. We don't know if it's the same sensor as the D7100, but the ISO range is 100 to 12,800, and it has an H1 mode as well. So nobody can ever complain that their camera does not go to X ISO anymore. As cameras have gotten better, the ISO ranges have expanded, and the quality has stayed better. One statement that Nikon also made with the 24 megapixels, it allows people the ability to crop without losing much quality. Now, you know that I am not a cropper. I personally don't like cropping my images. Now, that is a personal preference. That doesn't mean that you have to follow that, or that has to be something that you have to do. Again, with photography, it's whatever you want to do that works. The reason that I don't crop is I want to have all of that quality and all of that detail without losing any of it. And as you crop, you start to lose some of that quality and some of that detail, even if it's slight, and you end up blowing something up to 40 by 60 with a big ass print, you may start to see the difference between a cropped image and a not cropped image. Now, for most people, it's not a big deal. Use cropping as a tool to learn how to get better composition in the forefront. And why am I moving my hands so much today? I don't know. Okay, moving on. Let's see. It does 5 frames I'm moving my hands. 5 frames a second, which is a ton. You got to remember that most of these cameras did 2, 3 frames at the most, but 5 frames a second is a tremendous step up, and it has 11 autofocus points. Think back to the the D40 had 3 focusing points. Now we have 11 autofocusing points. My F5 doesn't have that, which is a film camera, was top of the line. What did my D2H have? Did my D2H have 11? I don't actually remember, but that was a pro camera in 2003. That's 10 years ago. The quality that you're going to get out of this camera is going to be far superior than those, maybe even a D2X. This may outperform that. And it's funny, even the D3s, which were fantastic pro cameras, are starting to be outperformed by some of these. Of course, the build quality isn't as good, but what about video? It does 1080p at 60 frames a second. That's the first, I believe, lower-end camera that they've created, or the first Nikon camera that lets you do that at full 1080. Before, you could do it at 720. So as we go forward in the year, I'm going to be talking more about video, creating video, but 60 frames a second is going to allow you to slow down to get, basically if you're going to shoot somebody golfing, right? So they're golfing, they're swinging the club. You want to slow that down. The more frames you have, the cleaner it's going to be as you slow that down to do slow motion in the computer. It still has full-time AF. Whether that's really good or not too sure. Nikons haven't been the best with the full-time autofocus. but it's still not replacing a camcorder. Price, $649.95, comes in black, gray, and red. It has a lot of filters built in, yippee skippy, but I wanted to remain not cynical and just say that, again, entry-level cameras are meant to let people learn and then move up from there. One other thing that they said in the press release, which was interesting, was, and it comes equipped with an optical viewfinder. Now, for most of us who are used to shooting with digital SLRs, we know that all the cameras have optical viewfinders. But people coming in from the bridge cameras, which I hate that term, bridge camera, I'll call them point and shoots, or iPhones, never have used a viewfinder. So to use that as a marketing ploy, or not a ploy, but a marketing point, is interesting. I could have sat there and been like, well, who doesn't know this? But I'm starting to grow and not be as cynical and say, wow, letting people know the importance of it, so educating people on why certain things are with the camera is smarter than just ripping on them and saying, wow, you didn't know that. So that's a good thing to have. And it also comes as a kit with the new 18-55 version 2 VR, and that is 33% smaller and 25% lighter. Okay, whatever, make it sharper. It's not a bad lens to start with. For somebody just starting out in digital SLR photography, somebody starting out in photography who's looking to do stills and video, you cannot go wrong at $649 to get this kit. You're going to get great stills in low light situations, even with the kit lens, and you're going to get high speed shooting, 5 frames a second, and you're getting quality HD video. So it's a great starting point for anybody jumping off. Remember this, if you're looking to pick up this camera, it's about glass. The better the glass, the better quality images you have a chance of getting. So invest in glass as you move forward, but start with the kit. It's an okay place to start. Learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, pick up my Fronos Photo Beginner Guide to Getting Out of Auto, which is a great thing to check out. You can do that on the screen at any point. Check it out. It's going to be good. But that is a preview of the Nikon D3300. That's right. It's been renamed the D3300. So there you have it, guys. $649, not bad at all. Allen's Camera will have them in stock when they come out. They have all of your Nikon needs. Check out allenscamera.com. And there you guys have it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya. If you're looking to get out of auto and learn your new camera, well, check out the Fronos Photo Beginner Guide to Getting Out of Auto. You can click on the screen right now to see a preview of what you will learn in that guide. It's definitely going to help you out, so please go ahead, click over there and check it out.